Come into the ark, you and all your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. My name's Arthur. Thank you for joining me as we turn to the first portion of Genesis chapter 7. Noah had been instructed to build an ark, a vessel that was 150 metres long and 25 metres wide and 15 metres high, with 3 stories. He collected a large amount of food, and God brought to him 2 of every kind of animal. Let's read the account. Then the Lord said to Noah, Come into the ark, you and all your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. You shall take with you 7 each of every clean animal, a male and his female, 2 each of the animals that are unclean, a male and his female, also 7 each of birds of the air, male and female, to keep the species alive on the face of all the earth. For after 7 more days I will cause it to rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will destroy from the face of the earth all living things that I have made. And Noah did according to all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was on the earth. So Noah with his sons, his wife, his sons' wives, went into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts, of beasts that are unclean, of birds, and of everything that creeps on the earth, 2 by 2, they went into the ark to Noah, male and female, as God commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were on the earth. May the Lord bless his word again to us. God said, Come into the ark. So this means that God was in the ark. This was the place that Noah was invited to come. Reminds us of the words of the Lord Jesus, Come unto me, all ye that labour and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. For those who are in Jesus, a phrase that is used in several places in the New Testament, are the ones who are saved. So the ark is a picture of the Lord Jesus. And Noah was invited to bring not only himself, but his household, because God declares Noah was righteous. By faith, Noah built an ark. It's instructive to read Paul's commentary in Hebrews chapter 11. By faith, Noah, being divinely warned of things not yet seen, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is according to faith. Now the phrase that's interesting is warned of things not yet seen. And this supports the contention that rain, particularly torrential rain that was going to be experienced in the flood, was something that was unknown before the flood. We're told that a mist came up and watered the earth. A mist came up in the evening. The atmosphere of the world had been separated from the waters above and the waters below. And so, as we have an ozone layer and an ionosphere and various other upper atmosphere barriers that protect the earth today, so before the flood there was in fact another layer up there of water in some form which shielded the earth and changed its environment. But over the period of time, the lifestyle of men on the earth, no doubt contributing, this became unstable, and at God's appointed time it collapsed, and that collapse brought about the flood, a real devastation and change of life on the earth. So Noah had not seen rain, particularly torrential rain and flooding rain, but God had told him to prepare this ark, and so he did it. He didn't do it in a half-hearted session. He did it very diligently, with godly fear, no doubt nervous that whatever it was that was going to come upon this earth, this vessel had to be super strong to withstand it. And it did indeed withstand the test. He was moved with godly fear. He did what God commanded him. He did it very carefully. Noah was righteous. He acted in faith because he believed God. And that is what we are called to do, to believe God. So the animals, 2 by 2, 7 birds, 7 of the clean animals, came to the ark, to Noah, when God declared, there are 7 days, and then it will rain. It will rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Well, if you experience a week of rain, you can get depressed. But here there would be incredible rain for 40 days and 40 nights. So much so that it would destroy from the face of the earth all living things that I have made. And Noah did according to all that the Lord commanded him. He was now 600 years old, and his family was invited into the ark by God. And you are invited to come into the Lord Jesus Christ. And behold, I stand at the door and knock, Jesus says. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him. That's the kind of the reverse picture, but Jesus wants your fellowship, just as God came looking for Adam and Eve in the garden. So God had been striving with men for this 1656 years until this point in time. But now only Noah was obedient to the Lord. And Jesus says, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth? Will indeed there be anyone who is righteous when the Son of Man comes? We all like to think that we are righteous. Well, when he comes in his power and glory, the Christians will have been taken up to heaven before that, and most of the righteous will have been killed in the Great Tribulation. But that's at the other end of the Bible. Well, the animals came to him, male and female, and after loading the ship for 7 days, then the flood came, and the details are given as we continue tomorrow.